दही बड़ा खाने का मन है।
वाह क्या स्वाद!
असली स्वाद तो MDH दही बड़ा रायता मसाले से ही आता है।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, at a time when India is striking back on terror, the Kashmiri leaders and the Lutyens media are back fighting for the human rights of terrorists. I don't think we should soften what we say. These are anti-national people, and we denounce anti-nationals, and anti-nationals will always remain anti-nationals. And at 9 o'clock tonight, I bring you exclusive details of how the ISI has already staged a partial coup. Effectively, the ISI has taken over the government. All of Pakistan's foreign policy, their nuclear command, their FATF, engagement with the US, China, Gulf states, all are going to be decided formally by the army now. Shehbaz Sharif is on his way out. Ladies and gentlemen, they are back to their usual games. You see, these are anti-national people. They will always remain anti-national people. Farooq Abdullah may not like it. Mehbooba Mufti may not like it, but they are anti-national people. Systematically, these people want to downplay what happened in Pahalgam. They will say one thing, one line about Pahalgam, and then they will say things like this. Oh my God, the terrorist homes, they are being destroyed. How bad, how sad. We feel so sorry about the terrorist homes. All those homes built with terrorist money, the proceeds of terrorism, they must be preserved, Mr. Farooq Abdullah, according to you. And Mehbooba Mufti, another anti-national, she says, so much damage, the humanitarian concerns of terrorists must be looked at. Really? Did you think about the humanitarian concerns of terrorists when your own sister was kidnapped and your father was home minister? That time you freaked out, because it was in the family. Anyway, I have my doubts about what was happening at that time with your sister, Rubaya Saeed. Did you think about the human rights of her kidnappers, Mehbooba Mufti? You are so anti-national. Your entire politics is anti-national. And these people are now saying, what about the homes of the terrorists? We feel so bad when we see their luxurious bungalows, which have been made by taking money from the Pakistanis, destroyed. Well, then, Mehbooba Mufti, did that terrorist family benefit from the proceeds of terrorism? They did. Did you ask those families, where did they get the money from to build those gigantic, luxurious bungalows? How come terrorists have such lavish homes? Did the terrorists say that, no, we won't share the money we get by being jihadis? And anyway, why does your heart burn when you see their homes being destroyed or being bombed? You should celebrate. But perhaps you're worried that your own homes will be bombed if you eventually go on to find out who's a terrorist and who's not. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, that there is this small group of Kashmiri leaders and there's a bunch of people in Lutyens who work together. They work together for years. It's been a very happy industry, this Aman Ki Asha type of industry. Do you remember what Barkha Dutt said? Barkha Dutt said about the terrorist Burhan Wani. And all these people like Barkha Dutt, isn't she the one who was also given some kind of support from a terrorist group? Didn't Hafiz Saeed say that he appreciates the work that people like Barkha Dutt have done? We must check that out. But Barkha Dutt said about Burhan Wani, she said, my report on Burhan Wani and locals like him, many of them toppers, one called Newton. Why are they picking up the gun? And the report was captioned, young, educated, tech-savvy, and from economically well-off households. That's the profile of the New Age militant in the valley. Why are Kashmir school toppers picking up the gun? And furthering the toolkit attitude with Burhan Wani, that report said Burhan Wani, Hizbul commander, son of a school headmaster, who used social media as a weapon, killed in Anantnag. Big story. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what they've done. They call a terrorist a social media savvy militant. Look at the description. Look at the use of words. Similarly, Gautam Naulakha later went to jail, said, why did a bright student like Manan pick up the gun? What made him think there was no other way? Now, link this back to what Congress leader Vijay Vachetiwar said. What proof do you have that terrorists killed people after asking them about their religion? Do terrorists have time for all this? Really? What does this Congress leader think terrorists have time for? Are they IT entrepreneurs? Are they doing big corporate Zoom calls? These pathetic people like Siddaramaiah, we are not in favor of war. Well, who the hell are you, Siddaramaiah, to give your opinion on whether you are for or against war? Or for the matter, The Wire, which has published an editorial yesterday. And I'm taking names tonight because I'm sick and tired of trying to be suggestive on this. We must be very direct. The Wire, apparently, that really ridiculous, radicalized website says, accusatory fingers were pointed at Pakistan. None of these accusations are supported by investigations or evidence. Really? Is that the same position you took about urban Naxals? The fact is that Hashim Musa, the Pakistani terrorist behind the massacre in Pahalgam, is a former para-commander of the Pakistan Army Special Forces. Will The Wire or the Scroll or the print that with big fonts right on top as headlines and do carpet bombing on Pakistan's role in Pahalgam? They should. In fact, The Wire says the scale of retaliation as seen in the demolition and damaging of a dozen houses is highly disproportionate. The action of demolishing the homes of terrorists is cruel, disproportionate. By whose measure? These are the same kind of people who called Osama bin Laden Osama G and who wanted proof after Balakot. What do we call these people? Who are these people? Why do they talk like this? What is behind their attitude? Why do they have a position that is resented by the people of India, which goes against national interest? And how long, ladies and gentlemen, how long do we have to take this and tolerate this? The question is to you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my debate.
26 Indian tourists shot point blank in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam. While every Indian sought revenge, Indian forces began identifying the aides of these terrorists and blowing up their houses. But there are some who have taken it upon themselves to advocate for the human rights of terrorists.
कई लोगों के मकान उड़ाए गए। अब मुझे बताइए, अगर बेटा मिलिटेंट बन जाता है तो बाप की क्या जिम्मेवारी है उसमें? माँ की या बहनों की क्या जिम्मेवारी है? उड़ा दिया, किस लिए उड़ा दिया? मुझे बताइए, उससे क्या हम लोग मजबूत होंगे? लोग नहीं सोचेंगे ये क्या हो रहा है? इन्हें हर बात पे 1000 दफा सोचना चाहिए। उस एक्शन से कहीं हमारे में जो एक यकजहती हो गई है उसको नुकसान तो नहीं पहुंचे।
जम्मू कश्मीर के लोग जिन्होंने इस तकलीफ को 30-35 साल से बर्दाश्त किया और हम समझते हैं इस बात को, तो ऐसा होना चाहिए कि जैसे जो मिलिटेंट्स के साथ डील करते हुए ये जरूरी है कि ध्यान रखा जाए कि आम लोगों के घर न गिराया जाए।
When the government began sending back Pakistanis, their heart bled for the citizens of enemy nation. They asked government to reconsider the decision.
आपने एक एडवाइजरी की है कि जो लोग यहाँ बाहर से आए हुए हैं, पाकिस्तान से आए हुए, तो उसमें कोई ऐसे लोग हैं, ऐसी औरतें हैं जिनकी शादी 30 साल 40 साल पहले हुई है, या मतलब जिनके बच्चे हैं, ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन हैं, उनका घर तो हिंदुस्तान है, वो तो अपने आप को हिंदुस्तानी समझते हैं, वो इस वक्त इस उम्र में कहाँ जाएंगे। तो मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ कि होम मिनिस्टर साहब इसका सिंपैथेटिक व्यू लेंगे।
Ironically, the same lobby who wants Pakistani nationals in India said that peace will prevail when army leaves Kashmir.
I don't think between India and Pakistan relations will ever improve unless the army goes.
These anti-India, anti-forces sentiments are propagated by Lutyens media. They want a sober accountability, not revenge. They believe that demolition of terrorist houses is cruel. They even think that terror allegations on Pakistan are baseless. They ask whether India is at fault or Pakistan. And while they speak against their own nation, Prime Minister has made it clear.
Today, from the soil of Bihar, I say to the whole world, India will identify, track and punish every terrorist and their backers. We will pursue them to the ends of the earth.
If the terrorist state and their sympathizer missed it, Home Minister Amit Shah reiterated it again today.
आतंक फैलाने वालों को कहना चाहता हूं कि लड़ाई का अंत नहीं है, एक मकाम है। हर व्यक्ति को चुन चुन कर जवाब भी मिलेगा, जवाब भी लिया जाएगा।
The anti-nationals have shown where and who they stand with. The nation is watching.
Got a great panel tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A great panel. We've got Shazia Elmi of the BJP, Satya Prakash Mishra of the JDU. We have Deepak Vora, former ambassador and diplomat. Great voice tonight. We have NND Dubey. He's an incredible man. He's retired as DIG of the NIA. He's the man who killed Ghazi Baba. He's a Kirti Chakra winner. Thank you very much. And a film has been made on him. Great man there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Proud of you. Proud of you. Proud of you. Now, Anurag Bhadoria is there from the Samajwadi Party and Pulla Rao backs the DMK. I don't know why. Ashwini Kumar Mishra is there of the Congress Party. C. Rajashekaran is anti-BJP. We're opening the debate. And we have Aditya of the PDP. Aditya, hi, how are you? Now, why does Mehbooba Mufti's heart burn for the terrorist homes? She's been building this campaign. Can you believe it? Please don't hurt the families of terrorists. They are beautiful homes. They've made it, the homes, with a lot of effort. They've killed so many people to make the homes. And the homes are very luxurious because a lot of Pakistani money must have gone into those homes. And Mehbooba Mufti has started a campaign to defend the homes of terrorists in Kashmir. Well done, Aditya, but why? Are you not in touch with the sentiment in this country, Aditya? Is your party completely and woefully out of touch? You're openly becoming a pro-terrorist party. Anyway, you are one, but, you know, this is bizarre. The question is also of timing sometimes. I don't know about these parties, what happens. Why are you doing this?
First of all, number one, when you say pro-terrorist or whatever you say, that is your perception, you can have it. But sticking to the debate, the tweet that Madam Mehbooba Mufti posted was that please distinguish between the terrorists and the civilians. There's a request to the government of India to distinguish so that only those who are involved in the terrorist activities should be punished. We are with the government of India. We want the government of India to take action. What action they want to take, against whom they want to take, how they want to take. We have 100% backing because we are also hurt. We are also damaged. We are also these victims of the attack of 22nd of April. Hashtag. We stand with the government of India. We want the government of India.
Aditya, 1 minute. You're getting into speech mode. I have one question to you. One question to you. I want to get Deepak in. I just want to get this sense here. Someone who supports terrorism. Okay, Shazia is coming in. Someone who supports terrorism is a terrorist. So the people who give sanctuary to terrorists are terrorists. The problem in our country, we call these people OGWs.
No,
Overground workers. Workers for what? Today is May Day.
Arnab,
Are they workers?
I really appreciate your emotion on this.
I don't have emotion. I have clarity. You don't have clarity.
Run also in finding out and setting the accountability with regard to those people who were in the administrative circles within the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, who should also be answering, as has been the perpetrators who attacked us. Apart from that, the most important factor, the tweet was very specific. You have been saying it as per your understanding. The tweet says, please distinguish between the terrorists and those of the civilians.
But she is nobody to distinguish. No, she's a pro-terrorist. Who is she? How can she distinguish? Okay, she's, okay. Aditya, I'm getting Shazia in.
So
Shazia.
With your permission, Arnab, I would like to say this not just to Aditya, but to the entire India Alliance. And I think something is needed to be done at this point of time, because I think enough is enough. And it's just not these are not just words. I think all of India feels a certain way. And there is this very strong jazba and anger that builds up every time we hear these voices. It's happened too many times. So I have a proposal and I'm going to stand by it. I will no longer call it India Alliance. I will call it Pindi Alliance. Pindi for Rawalpindi Alliance.
Pindi Alliance.
And I'll tell you.
BJP spokesperson.
So this is
India Alliance should be called Pindi Alliance. After Rawalpindi.
No onwards, after Rawalpindi, because these are speakers.
Anurag Bhadoria is responding. Anurag Bhadoria. Okay, we get him in. We get him in. We move the debate. Anurag versus Shazia. Shazia, pull back.
बजाय इसके आप एक्शन नहीं लेके आप बहाना खोजते हैं कभी इसने क्या बोल दिया
अरे आप चुप रहिए अनुराग भदौरिया जी मैंने बोलना भी नहीं
आपको बोला है कि हमारे देश
पिंडी अलायंस वाले सुनिए
अटैक किया हमारे अपने लोग
रावलपिंडी वाले पार्टी के
हमारे अपने लोगों की हत्याएं की है ये जिम्मेदारी आपकी बनती है कि आप जाइए कुछ कीजिए पूरे अपोजिशन ने
आप सुनिए रावलपिंडी की बात नहीं करने दूंगी वो आपके हेडक्वार्टर्स जो है ना रावलपिंडी
सरकार आप एक्शन कीजिए हम आपके साथ खड़े हैं फिर भी आप अपोजिशन को टारगेट करते हो इन्होंने ये बोला उसने वो बोला इसने ये बोला किसी ने कुछ नहीं बोला आप अपनी जिम्मेदारी निभाइए और बताइए क्यों लैब्स के
समाजवादी पार्टी नो
क्रॉस कर
रावलपिंडी नहीं
कैसे
आईएसआई नो आईएसआई नो से नो टू आईएसआई
ले भी गए और आप उसकी जिम्मेदारी आपको लेनी पड़ेगी और उस पे कठोर से कठोर कार्रवाई कीजिए भैया इसके कि आप रोज खोजते रहते हो
वीडियो मैंने एक वीडियो देखा अनुराग जी मेरी बात सुनिए मैं अनुराग जी अरे शांत हो जाइए गदाधारी भीम शांत हो जाइए मेरी बात सुनिए
साहब के साथ खड़ा पूरा देश
मेरी बात सुनिए लिसन टू मी मैंने एक वीडियो देखा वीडियो में एक टेररिस्ट की दीदी या बहन वहां पे बैठी हुई थी और उन्होंने बड़े गर्व से कहा उनको पूछा गया बोला मेरे घर को तोड़ दिया मेरे घर को खत्म कर दिया इतना आलीशान बंगलो मैंने बनाया मेरे भाई ने बनाया इतना आलीशान बंगलो इतनी आलीशान बंगलो इतने पैसे डाल दिए इतने करोड़ों डाल दिए इतना आलीशान बंगला बना दिया और आपने उड़ा दिया तो उन्होंने पूछा क्या भाई आपका भाई करता क्या है तो सुनिए मेरी बात सुनिए अरे मेरी बात सुने लिसन टू मी व्हाई आर यू गेटिंग एक्साइटेड अबाउट टेररिस्ट
सुने हम तो साथ खड़े हैं सरकार के
साथ है तो मेरी बात सुनिए मैं ये कह रहा हूं जब इनको पूछा गया कि इतना आलीशान सा बंगला कितने करोड़ रुपए गए होंगे तो कहां से आया आपके कौन है ये दो भाई कौन सी इंडस्ट्री चलाते हैं आपके दो भाई आपके दो नौजवान होनहार भाई कौन है और कैसी बिजनेस करते हैं कि इतना पैसा बना लिया इतना आलीशान घर बना लिया तो वहां पे महिला कहती है सत्यप्रकाश जी मेरे दो भाई हैं एक जेल में है और एक मुजाहिदीन है तो जो जेल में है क्योंकि वो मुजाहिदीन है और एक बाहर घूम रहा है जब तक उसको मारा नहीं जाएगा तो इतने पैसे कहां से आए और मेरी बात है अश्विनी जी कि अगर इतना बड़ा सा घर को तोड़ दिया तो मिर्ची महबूबा मुफ्ती को क्यों लग रही है
अरे ये आप ये बताइए अर्नब जी
हाँ बोलिए
ये गवर्नमेंट की इनकॉम्पिटेंसी नहीं है कि एक आदमी मुजाहिदीन है उसकी बहन का वहां इंटरव्यू ले रहे हैं आप उसको अरेस्ट भी नहीं कर रहे हो इज इट नॉट द इनकॉम्पिटेंसी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट
अरे बहन को जेल करेंगे तो आप करेंगे ह्यूमन राइट्स खत्म हो गई
अबाउट द रियल इशू
आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द रियल इशू योर हार्ट इज बर्निंग फॉर द टेररिस्ट
NDA has become DND alliance. Do not disturb alliance. Don't talk to us about the accountability.
Forget your politics, yaar. You people are openly making statements for terrorists. It's like Barkha Dutt. बरखा दत्त said about Burhan Wani. बरखा दत्त ने बुरहान वानी के बारे में allegedly कहा. बरखा दत्त जो आजकल सेंट्रिस्ट जर्नलिज्म की कोशिश कर रही है. बरखा दत्त ने कहा young, educated, tech-savvy, economically well-off. Why are Kashmir's school toppers picking up the gun? और फिर कहा Burhan Wani, Hizbul commander, son of a school headmaster who used social media as a weapon of war, killed in Anantnag. Oh, woe begone! How sad Barkadat must have been when Burhan Wani was killed. My question is of description. इनका जो दिल है ये धड़कता है इनके लिए. और इधर जो हमारे भाई साहब बैठे हुए NLD दुबे जी, he has been injured. He risked his life fighting Ghazi Baba. When you hear this, you tell me. Let me get from you. आप ये जब सुन रहे, narrative बना रहे, आपको क्या लगता है आज?
It's a very unfortunate. I'll just give you a few examples. After an encounter with Ghazi Baba, who was the main conspirator of Indian Parliament attack. After 3 years down the line, I visited the place as a journalist just to see how the house looks like. I could not recognize the entire house which was demolished in gun battle was newly constructed. I could found few bullet marks on one of the wall. Then I inquired from the house owner, what happened? He told, sir, after encounter, we got a very good amount of compensation to build this new house. Because that was the system of the Jammu Kashmir. If there is an encounter, a building is demolished, irrespective of the fact the terrorist had got a hideout inside the building, they will get a huge amount as a compensation to reconstruct the house. So, it was so incentivized. I mean, how will question a person who will give hideout to the Pakistani terrorist in his own house?
When you are hearing this argument,
this entire house was purchased after 6 lakh by the Jaish-e-Mohammed and handed over the entire thing to the house owner where the terrorist was hiding.
The money was coming in directly.
Yes. So what I want to say is that time we feel so sad, so sorry. See how terrorism can be uprooted from this area.
But then there is some enemy within, no?
Yes.
Then Deepak Vora, the fact is there is an enemy within, and that enemy is allowing these Pakistanis to live here. I saw an interview where this fellow says, I am from Pakistan, but I have done my class 10, class 12 here. मेरे पास आधार कार्ड है, मेरे पास इलेक्शन आई कार्ड है, मैंने वोट दिया है. I have voted. I am sure he must have voted for Mehbooba Mufti. He says, I have voted in India. Pakistanis are voting in India. Under whose watch? When you're watching this.
The counsel for him in the High Court. That's a BJP spokesperson. Ankur Sharma is the one who has been represented. He's a BJP spokesperson in the High Courts, asking for the request that these people should not be deported. I can give the writ petition.
Well, okay, then listen. Okay, very bad. The BJP spokesperson picked it up. But you tell me, how are Pakistanis voting in Indian elections? How are Pakistanis voting in Indian elections, eating here? How come they have I cards? How come they have Aadhaar cards? How come they have an election I card? किसने दिलवाई? किसने दिलवाई?
किसके आ दिलवाई? क्या हो गया? क्या दिलवाया?
भैया आप लोग ही तो कर रहे होंगे.
I want to listen. I want to hear it.
You are the ground level guys. You are the ones who are saying their homes should not be destroyed.
First question should be how.
No, Arnab, very simple. The simple tweet was, and the simple line to the Home Minister, to the government also was, please keep a differentiation distinguish between the terrorists and the civilians.
No, the supporters of terrorism are civilians. I want Deepak Vora to come in. You can keep making that point. You now, all the supporters will have to be clubbed in and put under the same clauses as those who kill. Those who give sanctuary to those who kill are also terrorists. And I know Farooq Abdullah. He's a turncoat. He's a double-faced guy. ये दोहरे मापदंड है, दो चेहरे इनके. भाई एक लाइन इनकी दिल्ली में होती है, एक लाइन कश्मीर की होती है. ये जानता हूं मैं इनको बहुत अच्छी तरह से. मैं इनको एक बार मिला जयपुर में, तो बड़ी नेशनलिज्म के स्पीचेस देते हैं वहां पे, क्योंकि वहां पे बड़ी ताली बजती है जयपुर में. फिर श्रीनगर में जाके एंटी नेशनल लाइन लेते हैं, क्योंकि हेलीकॉप्टर जो है भारतीय है, उसका पेट्रोल भी भारतीय है, और मजे करने उनको गुलमर्ग में इंडियन हेलीकॉप्टर लेके पिकनिक करनी है उनको.
Whether he failed or he was
failed नहीं. I will tell you, this cannot go. These people should be put back in jail. Omar should be sacked immediately.
These questions, any question will come into play only.
चलिए भाई, बेटे चीफ मिनिस्टर है, मजे कर रहे हैं. बेटा चीफ मिनिस्टर है, मजे कर रहे हैं, 2 लाइन चला रहे हैं, पैसे आ रहे हैं. Why does he need to bother?
We should be discussed. No, that's what
I want Deepak Vora to come in. I'm taking a back seat. Otherwise, the debate is with me. Please, Deepak Vora. Deepak Vora, please. I'm getting too worked up on this. Please, Mr. Vora.
First of all, Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. It's
always a pleasure to be with the legend of 21st century broadcast. That's you, sir. And I'm 74 years young. I say it from my heart, sir. You're my son's age.
Thank
and
you,
of course, your channel is insanely popular. So thank you very much.
It's our blessing, sir.
Sir, we, for us, those of us who are in diplomacy, and I've been 52 years, and counting.
Yeah.
For us, our Bible, our Quran, our Gita, our Granth Sahib is Chanakya Niti. And what does Chanakya Niti say? He talks about the 4 steps you take when dealing with an adversary.
Yeah.
There's Sam, Dam, Bhed, the Dand.
Yeah.
Sam, we all know persuasion. The diplomats do it. Right. We've persuaded the world that this terrorist entity, which is otherwise known as Pakistan, should be isolated. Then there is Dana, which is economic measures. You know what we have done.
Yes.
So the third thing that Chanakya talks about is Bhed. Now this is your spies, your sympathizers of the king, of the leader's opponents, sowing dissension within the country. And he says the king should be very alert, not only to identify the troublemakers, but also their sympathizers and neutralize them.
Yes.
So this was 2,400 years ago.
Applies so well today.
This is exactly what you are saying here, sir, that the people who sympathize with them, जो उनका समर्थन करते हैं, उनको भी identify करके राजा को उन्हें दंड देना चाहिए. And the fourth thing is साम दाम भेद दंड देना चाहिए.
दंड तो मिलना चाहिए. तो चीफ मिनिस्टर के पिताजी बैठे हुए हैं, पूरी सिक्योरिटी सरकार की है.
That is an internal issue.
It is an issue.
Of course it is.
It is an issue. My blood boils. Both these people have government security. इतनी कश्मीर में इनकी सपोर्ट है, तो जाए खुलेआम महबूबा मुफ्ती कहे मुझे सिक्योरिटी नहीं चाहिए.
वो तो नहीं करेंगे.
वो नहीं करेंगे ना. बॉम्बे में शॉपिंग करने आएंगी इल्तिजा मुफ्ती के साथ ये, और वहां पे ताज लैंडसन में रहती है. मैं एक बार इनसे मिलने गया, डिनाई करके दिखाए. ताज लैंडसन में रहती है, इतने वापस आती है तो इनके पास 20 शॉपिंग बैग्स होते हैं. ऐसा आलीशान स्वीट होता है ताज लैंडसन. मुंबई की जो सबसे बड़ी सूट है, कितने लाखों दिन की लगती है, तो उसका पैसा किसने दिया? ये एक लाइन मुंबई में शॉपिंग करने के बाद और एक लाइन इनकी श्रीनगर में होती है. मैं गलत कह रहा हूं क्या? इनका सबके दोहरे चेहरे हैं. इन सबको एक्सपोज करो. ये एंटी नेशनल लोग हैं.
You are talking on an issue which happened.
I am talking on the issue. Ask your leader whether she goes shopping in Mumbai and stays in the biggest suite in Taj Lands End. And ask her who pays for her bills.
Doing it on anyone else.
Bill किसने पे की? Bill किसने पे की?
Pays it from her own.
Earning how much? कहां से इतना पैसा आता है? बताइए हमें. कहां से आया इतना पैसा? क्या करती है? कौन सी इंडस्ट्री है? कौन सी यूनिकॉर्न की मालकिन है ये? अरे भाई, लाइफस्टाइल तो इनकी खशोगी से ज्यादा है.
You have a deputy CM.
मैं तो डायरेक्ट बात करने वाला आदमी हूँ. आदित्य जी, ये इधर उधर की बात नहीं चलती है. ये यासीन मलिक की चमचागिरी करके कांग्रेस पार्टी ने क्या की, तस्वीर दिखा दीजिए इनको. Show the visuals, producers. Show the visuals. Remind the people of this country, we have been cheated.
Because you had no answer.
We have been cheated by people like you. This is what Manmohan Singh did. ये देखिए, इनको नोबेल प्राइज विनर की हैसियत किसने दी? इनको इतना प्यार, इतनी मोहब्बत कांग्रेस पार्टी की थी यासीन मलिक के साथ, इस टेररिस्ट के साथ. ये देखिए,
तो आप पूछो.
और यासीन मलिक को देखिए हाफिज सईद के साथ. अब दिखाइए इनको. और यही हाफिज सईद है, यही है. ये ब्रोकर था हाफिज सईद के साथ. ये ब्रोकर आदमी इससे भारत के प्रधानमंत्री क्यों मिले? ये ब्रोकर,
इसको क्यों पूछा?
इस ब्रोकर को दिल्ली की लुटियन मीडिया ने ही. अरे पूछ रहा हूं ना, चुप क्यों नहीं है आपको? I disagree with this approach. See, we got to be straight right now. Satya Prakash ji, in this environment, when people are making an argument for terrorists, I can't tolerate it anymore.
मैं आपको वहां ले जाऊंगा जहां रश्मि रथी में दिनकर लिखते हैं, वृथा है पूछना था दोष किसका, खुला पहले गरल का कोष किसका. गरल विष, जहर तो अब सबका खुल रहा है. जहर अब तो सबका खुल रहा है. हलाहल से हलाहल मिल रहा है. ये जो हलाहल हैं सारे, चाहे वो फारूक अब्दुल्ला के रूप में हो, महबूबा मुफ्ती के रूप में हो, दे आर ऑल नॉट सपोर्टिंग इंडिया और इन फाइटिंग अगेंस्ट टेररिज्म. If we have a policy online, if we have a policy toward zero tolerance against terrorism, we must follow a policy toward those people who are in cunning way supporting terrorism or their families, zero tolerance against them who are not with India. ये कैसा साथ है तुम्हारा कि एक हाथ तो कहते हो कि भारत के साथ है और एक हाथ तुम्हारा बर्बादी के साथ है.
सवाल तो सबसे पूछा जाएगा
नहीं करेगा.
आपका सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम कहां था बताओ.
that how they
कैसे वो धर्म पूछ के हमारे यहाँ गोली मार के चले गए?
They must have been utilizing those houses for carrying out terrorist activities in India on Indian soil.
I will open the phone lines. I will open the phone lines. I will open the phone lines. इन्होंने अपने एंटी नेशनल गढ़ बनाए हुए दिल्ली में, तोड़ दीजिए वो गढ़. Break the walls of the fortresses these people have made. I am asking you, अनुराग भदौरिया, मैं इनको बताता हूँ, ये बहुत बोलने वाले लोग हैं ना, मेरी बात सुनिए.
आप यहाँ कहानी सुना रहे हो. अरे वो जिंदा कैसे हैं, उन पे अब तक कार्रवाई क्यों नहीं हुई? वो मार के चले गए हमारे लोगों को.
Our forces are behind them. Wait, Mr. Anurag Bhadoria, they will be killed one day. Our forces will teach them the best.
जो आपकी जनता, पूरी सरकार, पूरा विपक्ष आपके साथ खड़ा है.
We will liquidate them. India will liquidate them, whoever they are, wherever they are, and we will find them wherever they are. Wait for the moment.
कौन क्या कपड़े पहनता है?
You belong to the party which questioned the army when surgical strike was carried out. You don't have any shame. You don't deserve to have any shame.
आपको पता है छोटे बच्चे
shameless political party, you are a shameless people and supporting in any way the activities of terrorists and the family of terror.
10 दिन बाद वो अस्थि विसर्जन करता अपने बेटे का. अस्थि विसर्जन कर रहा है अपने बेटे का, जिसने 10 दिन पहले शादी की अपने बेटे की. सोचो आप क्या गुजर रही होगी उस बाप पे.
आप बड़ी चालाकी कर रहे हैं.
मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, चुभने वाला सवाल मैं करता हूँ. इनको चुभने वाला सवाल मैं करता हूँ. इनको देखिए. एक मिनट. I will say it's a shame. It's a crying shame, Pulla. It's a crying shame, Rajshekharan, that there is an Indian so-called journalist who has got a certificate from Hafiz Saeed. Hafiz Saeed has praised the Congress party and one female journalist. It is an IQ test for all of you. What a shame, ladies and gentlemen. And some journalists in India love meeting Pakistanis. I have no problem. Arey bhai, like a head of state they meet Hafiz Nawaz Sharif. Ye dekhiye, like heads of state meet, no? Look at the way how Nawaz Sharif meets some Indian journalists, like he's having state-to-state discussions. Bahar Gambhir, big discussions are going on between Mariam and an Indian journalist. Wow, lovely, how comfortable they look in each other's presence. Not one tough question asked. All very cozy, all very nice. And when we expose these people, it hurts. Pulla Rao, Republic versus anti-national. You got to be on one side. With the nation or against the nation. Pulla Rao, go on. Okay, change the visual.
You have forgotten one thing?
Change the visual.
Is the government running a marriage bureau? Thousands of women from Pakistan have come and got married. Who are you blaming them? Why are you blaming outsiders? Isn't the government
so
not
throw them out?
important?
1 minute.
How did they get married
The argument made is they've been married here for many years. So what?
Who do you blame for that?
Deepak, he says they've been married here for... Did they take my certificate, my approval before getting married? Let them get divorced. I don't give a damn.
Somebody is sleeping.
Let them have a remote relationship.
Bribes. They took money.
I don't care if they got married by bribing someone. That marriage should be declared defunct.
Please tell me how.
He says some Pakistani women have got married by bribing people. Look at the Deepak Bora is responding to Deepak.
You have to blame the government for that.
Deepak Bora.
If an act is committed under false pretenses, whether it's marriage or divorce or anything else, and the time that and the time comes that fraudulent approach is exposed, then it stands annulled, sir, the act. There is no question about it. This is international law. Anything done on false pretenses, when it is exposed, it stands finished. It's annulled.
What is he saying?
Accidentally. Where is the government? How did they allow these girls to get married? How did they come here?
Sir, that's the past, so you investigate that.
Are you not consorting with the enemy for that?
Questions,
are you not
open the lines.
consorting with the enemy? There is no law. Who do you blame for this, Mr. Deepak? Who do you blame for this?
Sir, it's not a question of... It's not for me to apportion blame, sir. I'm only telling you what the legal position is and what the international law states, sir. If something is done by concealing the truth, when the truth comes out, that action is invalid.
No, the point is... Pulla, the government, I'll tell you, should have acted harder earlier. I'll tell you, Shazia, where I even criticized the BJP government. They should have acted harder much earlier. They've been very compassionate, very large-hearted. Now this large heart doesn't get us anywhere. Because what we need is the kind of language Amit Shah used today when he said, चुन चुन के जवाब भी मिलेगा और जवाब भी दिया जाएगा. अच्छी बात है. अभी मेरी बात सुनिए. Yes, Rajshekharan. Yes, Rajshekharan. Yes, Rajshekharan. What? You know? Yes, Rajshekharan.
I really appreciate your patriotism. I'm equally with you on that front. You know. I mean, first, let us understand, it's a failure of the BJP government's intelligence. It is the failure of the army. It's the failure of the CRPF, because 26 precious life of Indian tourists have been shot dead. We are talking about...
No. I ask you this. It would be failure if the government does not act. It will be failure if the government does not act. It will be failure if it does what the Congress did after 26/11 when Shiv Shankar Menon said, we decided to do nothing. Shiv Shankar Menon says, we had a big meeting and then from the top an instruction come, do nothing, and we decided to do nothing. He's written in his book. That's failure.
I'm not pro anybody. I'm not anti anybody. I'm pro human life. It is precious 26 human life. Let us talk sense.
I don't feel happy with any Pakistanis on my country.
The terrorist human life. The life of the terrorist. Do you care about that, sir? Because I have a question. For you have a very important, you have a very legitimate question about the security, and nobody can run away from that. But opposition to a party is do not speak for Pindi alliance. Pindi alliance will not be tolerated. I also have a question. I heard Anurag Bhadoria from the Pindi alliance. From the Rawal Pindi alliance, Anurag Bhadoria was saying a lot. I want everybody on your channel to know, whoever's watching this, I want everybody to know.
आपका झगड़ा इंडिया अलायंस से है कि आपका झगड़ा आपको पाकिस्तान
Baby's house.
आप क्या बोलना चाहते हो कि आपका झगड़ा
what is she saying? 1 minute. I want to hear Shazia in entire.
I want everybody to know.
Yeah, what are you saying?
The reality of this Pindi alliance, Rawal Pindi stooges. And you know something? Pindi alliance party stands for जहाँ झुग्गी वहाँ मकान, यहाँ इनका क्या है? जहाँ टेररिस्ट वहाँ बंगला आलीशान।
लो उन आतंकियों का खत्म करो, हम आपके साथ खड़े हैं और आप हमारे कोई टारगेट कर रहे हो, मतलब आपको जो टारगेट आपको टारगेट करना चाहिए आतंकियों को, जो हमारे 27 लोग हमारे अपने का खून था, वो हमारा खून था, वो हमारा आपका खून था, वो हमारे भाई थे जिनको मार के चले गए, आपको उनको सबक सिखाना है।
मैं ये मीडिया रिलेटेड सवाल कर रहा हूं। मुझे कहा गया है that there is a website called Wire. There is a website called Wire. 1 minute. अनुराग जी सुनिए मेरी बात, ये सीरियस मामला है। आप इंडियन मीडिया ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और इंडिया में हो, ये डिजिटल न्यूज रूल्स मस्ट चेंज कि जो ओनरशिप है और जो एडिटर है वो इंडियन होना चाहिए। अब मुझे नहीं पता सिद्धार्थ वरदराजन इंडियन सिटीजन है कि चेकोस्लोवाकिया के सिटीजन है कि आइसलैंड है कि अमेरिका के हैं। आई फील दैट द ओनरशिप एंड एडिटोरियल कंट्रोल ऑफ ऑल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, डिजिटल, टेलीविजन और प्रिंट must be only in the hands of Indian citizens. Now, Siddharth Vardarajan, can you please inform us whether you're an Indian citizen? I'm only asking a question. I'm not putting an accusation. Or were you in the past a citizen of any other country? Or are you presently a citizen of any other country? I need Siddharth Vardarajan to let us know, because my point is that his website, The Wire, says that within hours of the incident, look at this, within hours of the incident, even before security forces could reach the spot, accusatory fingers were pointed at Pakistan, which further fueled the crisis by describing it as a false flag operation. None of these accusations are backed by any investigations or evidence. Even as relations between India and Pakistan are at all-time low. Now, question is this. I don't know whether I'm reading an Indian website or a Pakistani army website. This is exactly the line of the ISI, sir.
It's the same.
It's the same line of the ISI.
That is their objective.
What is their objective?
That is objective.
What is their objective? You tell me, Mr. Dubey, first before I come to you. What is their objective?
Objective is basically
the Rawalpindi directive.
The kind of terror attack they are planning and doing in current years is only not to trace any evidence and to keep the entire acquisition in muddy situation.
And one more line I want to share with you, sir. One more line. Deepak.
Show some courage, show some spine and take some action, Arnab. Why are we discussing?
I am not here to take action. The government will take action. Aapko jaldi hai.
No, you
BJP
need to take action. BJP need to take action. BJP,
मेरी बात सुनिए, ये I'll tell you, अनुराग को भी दिखाइए, ये समाजवादी पार्टी और कांग्रेस में पिक्चर बननी चाहिए, इन पर पिक्चर बननी चाहिए, और पिक्चर का नाम होगा, अश्विनी जी सुनिए, आप पर और कांग्रेस और समाजवादी पार्टी पर एक पिक्चर बननी चाहिए, पिक्चर का नाम होगा मुरझाए हुए फूल, फ्लावर्स दैट हैव विल्टेड, क्योंकि जब से कास्ट सेंसस अनाउंस कर दिया, आपके एजेंडा भी बाकी नहीं है, यू हैव नो एजेंडा, यू ओनली हैव एन एंटी नेशनल एजेंडा,
सिर्फ झूठ की फैक्ट्री चलाना
होगा, झूठ का पुलंदा,
that's all right. Deepak ji, the wire further went on to say, one minute, the wire, allow me please, the wire further went on to say in an editorial, there are also as yet unverified claims by the resistance front, a local insurgency group with connections with the Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Toiba and its affiliates. Such bland assumptions do not fully stand the test of scrutiny. Can you be quiet? Now this line makes 3 points. The wire is therefore saying that the claims of the TRF are unverified. This is a clear Pakistani line. Second point, that this is an assumption. Third is it's a local insurgency group. It's got nothing to do with Pakistan. This entire line of the wire saying that links between Lashkar and TRF are unverified, it sounds to me like it's been fed to them. No sane person can write like this, because the TRF has itself claimed the attack. No, but there's a motive here. Let me get deeper. There's a motive here, Deepak.
Sir, let me put it across to you like this, sir. In my years in diplomacy, and now I monitor the Western media.
Yeah.
When you see India rising, when you see the new self-confidence in India, the economic strength, every attempt is made to smash your self-confidence.
Yeah.
You'll see all the articles, sir. Let me name them also in Reuters, BBC, New York Times, whatever,
Al Jazeera.
Washington, Al Jazeera. It's intended to tell us that we cannot rise to be a great power. Now, again, so I go back to Chanakya. He says the strongest thing a king can do, a leader can do, is to give his people self-confidence, sir. So all these articles are intended to sap that self-confidence. And I'm so pleased, sir, and I say this again from the bottom of my heart, thank you for exposing this. Thank you for reminding the people of India.
I do it every day. I do it every
sir.
day.
That's why you are insanely popular. That we have
I'm insanely popular, maybe, but not insane yet. But if these people are driving me insane, these people are driving me insane. I've lost my patience now.
The guys who oppose you are insane, not you, sir.
Should we open the phone lines? Let the people of India talk to us tonight on the program. This is absolutely crazy. I cannot believe that these people call themselves journalists. Rajshekharan, what's your problem, Rajshekharan? And they say... No. Yes?
Hey, Arnab, let's not make this topic a comedy topic, okay?
See, you're with the country or against the country now. I'm dead serious. Behind my satire is a serious intent. Don't question me.
No, every sane Indian will be a patriotic Indian by heart, by soul, by mind, everything.
Yeah, so at the time like this, when we are
tested by people on the media.
We are preparing to attack Pakistan, and we want to call out the anti-nationals. What wrong am I doing?
See, I'll tell you.
What wrong am I doing?
Right. Article 1918 gives you the right to call everything. But you should have your responsibilities when you attack people, individuals. By name calling them.
Who am I attacking individually? I'm just saying that so-and-so said this. There is a journalist who got praise from Hafiz Saeed. That person should quit the profession out of shame. Now Prakash is calling in from Bengaluru. Prakash.
Good evening, Arnab. I am Prakash here from Bangalore.
Sir.
I would like to ask the people here in the panel that... Hello?
Yes, sir. Go on, sir.
Yeah, I want to ask that if there is a person who is violating a traffic offence, who is a minor, the punishment is given to the parents. When that is the case, why Farooq Abdullah is asking that why the parents should not be, the houses should not be, the houses should not be raised, those who are involved in the terrorist?
It's a sensible point. It's a relevant point. And we need to think today. Pulla, the mood of the country is very angry.
One small thing I have, Mr. Deepak is there. USA, all these countries have consorting with the enemy's laws. Why doesn't this government have it? Why they don't have it? Why are you blaming the rest of the world for their inefficiencies, for their incompetencies? Am I right, Mr. Deepak, or not? Am I right or not? There is no such law here. What all you have said, America has it, Britain has it, India is like, there are laws needed, there are things needed, there's no point blaming anybody for why they take it, why
We've
has the
given a long
government
rope
not
to
taken up
people.
such
There's no
laws?
doubt about it. We've given a long rope.
I just wanted to say, sir, one of my postings, the Prime Minister of that country, we were very close. He said that India's challenge is too much of democracy.
I so agree with this. I so agree with this. Shazia, please hear it. Too much of democracy. Take them along. Live and let live. Rehne do. Why? Why, Shazia?
Well, absolutely, absolutely. And I want to say this, that when Pakistan wrote to the United Nations and talked about the abrogation of Article 370, Rahul Gandhi found a mention there. And what Rahul Gandhi had to say about democracy dying was actually used in the letters, in the communique from the Pakistan to United Nations, which was actually a formal complaint. And not just that, all that Rahul Gandhi's team, the Pindi Alliance keeps talking about, the stooges of Rawalpindi, keeps on coming back to us from BBC, Al Jazeera. Don't listen to me. And every voice in Pakistan. And yes, the same old usual suspects. So it's a matter of grace. Enough is enough. And
Prabhakar from Hyderabad. Prabhakar from Hyderabad. I'm going to take one more caller. Prabhakar, go on.
Yeah, very good evening, Mr. Arnab.
Yes.
First of all, you throw out all these anti-nationals who are sitting and making a country into chaos situation. These people are unfit. They cannot even sit in the debate.
No, the point is,
you get my point, no, sir?
Prabhakar, you
yes.
know, I believe
that is what it is. Learn
people, and we believe it's part of being a democracy. Ki inko jeene aur jeene do kind of approach. We have to counter them. We have to expose these people. At a time like this, Prabhakar, you have to be with the country. That's all I'm saying. You're either for the country or against the country.
That. In one of the points, you said that the terrorists who are there, anti-nationals, have voted in our own country.
Yes.
Having Aadhaar cards and etc.
Yes.
You have to ban that election. You have to root out the
No, but you also have to find out who let them take an Aadhaar card in our country and arrest the person and make it public.
But why do we have a situation like that?
Who let them into the country?
Very dangerous and very unnerving.
It is a dangerous situation. Can you imagine, viewers, how many Pakistanis there are roaming around in the streets? Satya?
Yes, Satya. On this planet, kind of situation that terrorists are participating in the election process and they are casting votes. What kind of government they are going to form they have formed in the Kashmir?
No, I think we need a better, Shazia, let me tell you, I think we have undermined our national security. We need a very tough and uncompromising national security.
आपकी लगातार सरकारें कई स्टेट में हैं और केंद्र में भी लगातार 11 साल से, फिर कैसे वो आ गए, कैसे उनका आधार कार्ड बन गया? आपने
40 साल से रह रहे हैं इधर।
कर रहे थे आप?
पिंडी अलायंस
आधार कार्ड चेक करने का
पिंडी अलायंस होकर रहता है, उसको पता होगा।
Chetan from Bengaluru, lot of callers tonight, my God. Chetan and Ravi also from Bengaluru. Chetan, Chetan.
Hi,
Chetan,
Arnab. I think I have been listening to all the panelists and I have been listening to the debates all over. I feel that this issue of Pakistan is there since 1990. I'm listening to the news every day, and I know that I want to give you one example that if a cancer is there in a body part, sometimes we need to cut it out and throw it out. If there is a cancer inside our country, we need to cut it out. This is the time we do a surgical strike within the country also on these people who are acting, in favor of
there
Pakistan.
There are too many people here, and they are now saying, Chetan, thank you, Chetan. Ravi is also there. They are now saying, please respond with a cool head. I want the media to stop giving this kind of stupid advice. The government knows how to respond. They want to put the government's head into a refrigerator. I sometimes feel like telling these people to shut up. We have such a serious security situation. There's so much tact, diplomacy, internal security, so many things required. They just don't remain quiet. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I never trust Omar Abdullah because he defended Burhan Wani. His defense of Burhan Wani is deeply troubling. He said Burhan isn't the first to pick up the gun and won't be the last. He was downplaying Burhan Wani's role. You know the other journalist who did that. Ravi from Bengaluru, last caller tonight. Ravi, hi. What do you think?
Hi.
Yeah, like say we spoke about, we've seen about a lot of debates happening between the Pulwama and all.
Yeah.
Okay. But the situation is that like we have been struggling since last around 20 to 23 years on this. So there is nothing to talk more about it. We just
time to act. Absolutely. Time to act. And I thank everyone for joining me this evening. I'm taking a short break. When I come back, the Indo-Pak debate on a day when I feel the media has lost the real headline. And the real headline, ladies and gentlemen, is that there has been a coup in Pakistan. And if you don't understand that on a day when the ISI takes over as the National Security Advisor, you've got to be really stupid. That's what I feel sometimes about some of the people in the Indian media. They refuse to understand the headline. The Pakistan army has taken over. That's the reality. When I'm back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
लाल रंग इसका अपार, तीखा कम है फिर भी स्वाद, बेमिसाल बेमिसाल MDH कश्मीरी, MDH कश्मीरी, MDH